So, hello. Hi, I'll be sharing about how to comply with um, SALT reporting in BIR since it's about time for filing your 2551 and 2550, which will be due on the 25th of this month for the fourth quarter reporting. So, okay, mag-share na lang tayo ng entire screen ba dapat? Pero ito kasi yung dapat i-share. Hindi siya wait lang. Okay, stop sharing. Ayaw niya ma-share. OMG. Ano gagawin? Pero na-share ko na siya kanina eh. Ba't di lumalabas? Ito. Basta siya. Ayan. So, I'll be sharing how to comply with South, ito yun, with South reporting for 2551 or 2550. So, basically, if you're the one who, itong map and QAP na side, this is for those who withheld taxes and then sila yung nagre-remit kay BIR. Ito namang South, if your client, your customer, or whatever you call it, deducted something in their payment to you, and in exchange for that deduction, they issued you 2307 form, BIR 2307 form. You have to report it through this SAL. So I'll be sharing how to do that. So, ayan. First of all, you have to download this app in the BIR download na app. It's called AlphaList Data Entry. Ang itsura niya is meron siyang ganito. Hindi ko alam kung hindi nakikita yung baba ng ano ko. Pero meron siyang parang fax na icon when you installed it. When you install it in your laptop or your computer. And then you go to this south. Yan. So, because what I'm gonna be reporting is 2551, pero pwede din siya for 2550. 2550 is for those reporting path. So, if you're may withheld sa'yo na nagbayad na part ng na VAT withheld, yan, dyan siya pinapasok. Pero dahil percentage tax naman tong mga withheld for this client, so we're gonna use 2551Q. So first of all, you input the month since we're gonna be doing fourth quarter, that's October, November, and December. So yes, per month nire-report yung summary list of withholding taxes. Yun yung ibig sabihin ng SALT. And then, click mo yung add. So after nun is that, wait lang, I need to pick up yung data. So, open ko lang yung source data ko for this. For the month of October. Ayan. Well, waiting for it to open. So, open ko na siya. So, i-enter natin. So, very public naman to since mga, ano to, mga barangay agencies siya. Yung nag-withhold ng tax, no? Or percentage tax na form na to. And so, okay lang. So, I'm gonna start with this. So, you put the tax ng nag-withheld na agency. So, for this, it's 0049698. So, usually, kapag na-enter mo na siya before, you have prior record of that. When you enter the PIN, the registered name will automatically pop out or fill in dito sa boxes. But because walang prior data in this computer that I'm using right now, so hindi siya nag-appear, so I'll just type it. And then you have to put in the tax code. Usually this ATC or your alphanumeric tax code, you can find it also in the 2307 form ATC column. So for this is WB080. Usually, ano yan, normally yan lang naman yung ATC code or percentage on the VAT. Dahil usually, nagdededuct lang naman ng percentage on the VAT as government. I don't know if sa private, nagdededuct sila. Siguro yung mga large na taxpayers, but I haven't experienced it yet with private companies deducting VAT or percentage. So, and then yung amount ng payment, I think, kung magkano, ayun. So, dapat, when you enter the amount, it would automatically compute the amount of tax that should have been withheld. So you should verify if the amount that will come out here or what the South app will compute, the data entry form will compute is the same. It should be the same with the one on your 2307. If not, it meant na mali yung income payment na pinagkumpitan ng 2307. So what I do kapag ganon is that I just follow what's on the 2307. Kasi yung 2307, yung source document, so yun yung reference mo ng tax na dinideduct mo sa binabayaran mo. And yun yung ibinabangga natin dito. So, yeah. And then you add another one. I'll just give into examples. Ayan. Ayan. So, for example, yan na lahat yun, kunyari. Kunyari na-encode ko na lahat. So, exit na ako, balik ako dun sa page. For example, na-encode ko na yung for the rest of fourth quarter na data that I have to encode. What you should do is you should click this print inquire button so that you can check if yung total nung tax withheld is nagtatama dun sa i-report mo sa income tax return mo na 2551Q form that you either filed through the EFPS or EBIR form ni BIR. And then, kapag okay naman siya, walang problema, you generate the file, you click this, generate file. Ayan, and put it whatever, kung saan ko man nagsisave ng file. For this, I should put it in the folder ng client ko. Pero dahil example lang to, hindi pa siya tapos. Yan. Kunwari, sinave ko na. Sige, save na lang din natin dito sa common folder. So, save natin siya. Yan, no na lang kasi hindi naman siya ma-open. And then, the next step for this is to email it to esubmission.it. Hindi ko pala kabisado. I'll stop sharing this part and go to my email. So the next step to do is that you go to your email. You go to your email and then what you should do is you go to your email and post time. Nag-share ba siya? Ayan, nag-share naman siya ng email. So, we're gonna, ayan. So, you submit it to e-submission. Oh, hindi pa ako nag-email ever. Dito sa email na to. But, wait, I'm gonna check on my phone. May record ako ng lahat ng email. Abisado, sorry. Wait lang yan. E-submission. You email it to e-submission at bir.gov.ph. Usually what I do is just I put in the subject that this is South or the for Q4. Q4. Tapos I put in the theme, for example, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 0, 0. And then I just attach the data file that we generated from the app, the validation app. Yeah. So you attach it. Ito yun. Usually dapat tatlo siya if you have withholding for all months of the quarter kasi sinisave niya yung file per month. But if you only have like for October only, edi isa lang siya. So, yan. And then, kahit di mo lamnan ng message ng email and isend mo lang, okay lang yan. And then, you need to wait for the response, yung validation email from the BIR. Same email yung magsasend nun to confirm na natanggap siya. So, usually, you send this this is due on the same due date ng form, yung 2551Q na form. What you can also do as to make sure na hindi magkakaproblema yung pag-report mo ng SALT or yung summary list of withholding taxes, you can wait lang, I will open the you can validate it before sending. The way to validate is when you download this app, the AlphaList data entry app, it comes with another app, the AlphaList validation app. So, ganito yung itsura niya. I-open ko muna siya kasi hindi siya makita. Dito. So, ayan. Should I first what happened? Ayan. So, usually, ganito yung itsura niya. When you install it, you can get two shortcuts. Ito. Dito yung kanina na ginamit natin to enter the data. And this one is called AlphaList Validation. This is where you can check before sending that email. This is where you can check if your file doesn't contain any error. Ano lang siya, parang parameter mo lang siya or parang guard mo lang siya to make sure lang na kahit halimbawa last day ka nag-send ng email is pag binalik sa'yo yung response is valid siya. Kasi pag invalid siya and hindi mo siya na-pass within the deadline, then subject for ano pa rin yun ni BIR. Oo, ayaw niya mag-open. Ayaw niya mag-open kasi hindi siya na-open ng sabay yung dalawang app. So, kailangan ko munang i-close ko. Bakit yung Excel? Para ano natin to. So, the way to validate itong AlphaList validation module is you pick lang kung ano yung ginamit mo, which is this one. And then, piliin mo kung alin yung ginamit mo na form to enter the data, which is ito yon. And then, ipa-browse lang natin. Ay, wait lang. Hindi tayo makakapunta doon. Kailangan natin baguhin yung year kasi that is for fourth quarter ng 2024. So, tayo. So, 255 compute. Ito siya. Pupusan naman natin yung file, which is, eto siya. Eto yun. Okay. Ayan. So, that's for October. So, validate the file. Select. Ayan. So, if ganito yung itsura nung validation nyo, tapos may nakalagay na no errors encountered, that means na okay mo na siyang i-email. Pag nag-send sila ng validation report from e-submission, mostly, ganito lang din yung itsura ng matatanggap mo. Pero at least kaya natin siya ginaganito, nira-run dun sa validation na app, is to make sure lang na yung sinasubmit natin is wala talaga siyang problema. So, yun. If ever may error siya, like, nilalagay naman kung nasang line item yung error. So, you can fix it lang na gano'n. Pero ang pagbilang ng line item niya is kasama to. So, 1, 2, 3, 4. So, sa halimbawa, sinabi niya, item number 5, yung line number ng may error is dito is nalagay na 5, tapos may error in, usually sinasabi naman niya yung error, like for example, special symbols, mga ganun. Ganun yung mga encounter ko before. So usually ganun yung mga klase ng error. Pero ayun, as much as possible, dapat na errors encountered siya before ka mag-email to make sure na kahit on the last minute ka mag-submit is wala kang problema. Although I wouldn't really suggest to submit last minute because usually, ang tagal ng response or minsan hindi na natatanggap ni BIR, nagkakaroon ng problema, walang receive na validation response from the e-submission email. So, to avoid lang those things and those headaches, I would still suggest to always do it early or do it at least 2 days before the deadline. So, that's it. I hope you find that helpful. And I'm gonna stop sharing. So, if you have questions, you can just comment it down below, or if you have like something that you want to learn more in future videos, do let me know. Bye!